Good evening, everyone. This is John Screaming Even here with Katy and Jamie from Empyrean. How are you doing tonight, guys?
All right.
We're doing good.
All right. So who rounds out the band?
So there are us two, and then Christopher Kirk and Eric Sanders play guitar, and Nick Williams plays drums.
Right. You guys are getting ready for rehearsal tonight.
We are. We just got everything. We're down here in our studio. Just got everything set up for practice for tonight.
All right. You got new music in the works?
Lots of it.
Yes, we're currently working on an album now. Its title is still working title, but we're pretty sure we've narrowed it down to what we want. I don't want to say yes in case we change it.
Yeah.
But we've got 5 more songs that we're finishing up, and we'll be ready to get it out there.
All the instruments are tracked. We're working on the vocals for the other 5 songs now, and then we'll have to mix and master it. We do it all ourselves.
Oh, nice. So any new singles coming out anytime soon?
So we are actually in talks about doing a video for one of the songs off the new album. Plus, we just dropped a single called Unrequited. That's been within the last month.
Yeah. Hell of a song, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
You can find it on all your streaming platforms, blah, 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 YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all those things that don't really pay anybody.
Yeah. So any idea when the new album is going to be released?
Well, we're shooting for toward the end of the year.
Okay.
So within the next 3 or 4 months.
Yes.
And you guys playing any shows in the meantime?
We have several on the books. They're all pretty close to where we live, though. So there's one on September 5th in Fayetteville, Arkansas, with a band called Seascape Architecture and another band called Echo 44. Then the very next night, we're playing in Little Rock, Arkansas, with the band Foreshadow, Espionage Act, and King. We've got another one in November set up in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and that is with Tempest Terra, Father's Joy, a couple more local bands.
All right. How strong is the scene in Little Rock?
More gigs between now and then as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, actually, truthfully, we're pretty tight-knit amongst the bands. It's not really competitive. Get along well. We kind of mix the genres up. Nobody really sounds like anybody else, and definitely nobody sounds like us here.
Yeah. And we've been seeing the crowds have been really coming back since 2020 hit and everything just stopped, and now here we are. We started back in 2025, and we're seeing people come in droves because I think they want to see shows now, and it's wonderful.
They're bigger than they were before that, though.
Yeah.
The crowds are bigger for our shows than they were before that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, having the more eclectic shows is beneficial to not just the fans, but the bands itself, because you're being exposed to bands you wouldn't normally listen to. So that's always a good thing.
And finding out you like things that maybe you didn't know that you did like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who does the majority of the writing for you guys?
Instrumentally, it's Kirk and me, Christopher on the guitar, and vocally, lyrically, it's mostly her. I do some too, and I do a little bit of lead singing here and there as well.
Yeah.
All right, because
go ahead. Sorry.
No, you can finish, please.
I was just gonna say that a lot of the melodies and lyrics that you hear, and we all work together as a team. So while I do a majority of them, I'll come up to Jay and be like, I'm stumped here. Help me out. Same goes for the rest of the members of the band. Even our drummer is working on some melodies right now too, just because we're just such a tight-knit group. Mm-hmm. So we help each other.
And a lot of pretty high musical IQs in the band as well.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys have been playing for a while.
Yeah,
quite a little bit of history there.
A little bit of what?
What's the history behind the band?
Well, so we started in 2016. Jamie was in several bands.
I was in one band at the time.
In one band before then.
Yeah, and Kirk and I were in that same band as well. And then before that, we were in another band together. And so I go back a little further than that even.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2016 is when we started Empyrean. We really love symphonic metal. It's just something that has been a big influence for us. And honestly, it was about 2015 when I heard a Within Temptation album, and I was like, I want to do this. Like, and this isn't something I normally did. It wasn't something like, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could do this. It was, no, I want to do this. And Jamie and I, we put our heads together, and we've been in the band since then, since 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. My other band, Kirk and my other band, Never After, was kind of fizzling out right around then too.
Yeah. So when it comes to your sound, it's different than most of the symphonic metal, though.
It's more riff oriented, I'd say. More progressive, more riff oriented.
I was just gonna say it's a little on the heavier side than a lot of the symphonic metal you hear. So it's more catchy for the thrash metal guys, I think. So now lyrically, who you write most of the lyrics or all the lyrics pretty much? Is there a song that means the most to you in your catalog lyrically?
Goodness, that's a good question.
Well, we tend to, sometimes things are a little personal, but we also tend to pick a theme with the song. And sometimes I'll even give her a theme and say, hey, we should write about this. And so we will, like, for example, the song Crimson Rising off our first album was written about a person named Albert Fish, who was a notorious child murderer in New York.
Yep.
At the turn of the 20th century. Yeah.
Yep.
So a lot of our stuff has different themes. In terms of something that kind of hits home, and it's one that we don't play very often, is Final Reckoning. That's one of our songs. It's about, basically toxic relationships and domestic violence. And it's meant to be like an encouraging for people who've been in those situations. And so that's one that hits home with me the most when we played it. It means something.
And that was actually the single before the most current single. We put December and November.
Yeah.
So Immuring My Heart has 3 pieces or 3 parts to it. You want to talk about that song or trio?
Yeah.
So that is the Blood Countess trilogy.
So
Elizabeth Bathory.
Yep.
It's about her. It's about her maybe sort of regrets or life after what she's done. Or you can probably explain it better than I can.
Yeah. So the whole point of the lyrics and the melody is it was based on 3 parts. So Immuring My Heart, and then we have Immuring My Heart Whisperings, as well as The Reaping. And basically it's what happens after she's isolated, because she's basically locked in this castle or in this place, imprisoned there to be alone. And so we really focused in on how that affected her mentally. So you'll see how, as you continue on through that trilogy, at the end she dies. In The Reaping, she's making that final judgment of, I'm about to die right now. Can I bargain my life? Can I hold on a little longer? And then in the end, she does, right? And she's slowly just reaching that demise. But you see her, because isolation can really affect people mentally. So we really feed into that, into how it was affecting her. So Whisperings, it's more of she kind of loses her mind, being isolated and alone. And so we just kind of went from there.
Which she probably never had it to begin with, considering.
Probably not. But I gotta say, that song, that trio stood out for me a lot.
Really.
So, you can obviously pick it up lyrically what's going on, but yeah, it was delving into her sick, twisted mind was definitely key on that one.
Yes.
We've never played them all consecutively live.
No, which I would love to do someday.
Yeah, we hadn't done that yet.
Is that in the works?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. We've got all these other new songs that we're trying to get out and start playing live as well, though. So
I think we've talked recently about bringing whisperings into the mix, though, which that's
second song.
Yeah, the second song.
Yep.
Whispers. And we've done the reaping before on its own, as well as A Mirroring My Heart we do a lot more of. So
Okay.
Keep in mind those are pretty hard songs to play.
they are really hard songs to play.
Well, what if you could collaborate with any artist alive or dead, who would you collaborate with and why?
I'll let you go first.
Well, I would say Edward Van Halen, but yeah, Edward Van Halen, because he's the greatest.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, see, how do I top that? But if we went vocally, I've got two, and that would be Floor Jansen and Bruce Dickinson.
Oh, yeah, you can't top that. Yeah. All right. So is there a metal album you can't live without?
There are a bunch. But I'd say my favorite's probably Rust in Peace. I remember grabbing that album. Like, I was a Megadeth fan. I loved Peace Sells, and I love So Far, So Good, So What.
Yeah.
But then when Rust in Peace came out, it was just another level for me. It was just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard. And to this day, I still think it is.
Yeah. And what about you, Katie?
So we actually had a discussion about
this is kind of funny.
So I grew up not in the metal scene for a long time. I grew up more in more of the mainstream setting until metal, it just really called me, right? So I've been actually diving into a lot of metal bands, and I still don't have one that I'm like, I can't live without. And it's not because, I mean, I love them all. You know, it's one of those, I haven't picked out one that's really like, oh my gosh, this is the one, you know? So we were talking about that in the car the other day. Like, I don't have a favorite yet. I love all these bands, and I wouldn't be able to pick one over the other.
How about non-metal?
That's I really don't have one of those either.
Duran Duran.
Sure.
Duran.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash is a good one. That's a good one.
Waylon Jennings. Hank Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, though, as I'm thinking about this more and more, I would have to say Ronnie James Dio is
okay.
His music, his lyrics really hit home for me a lot. So
yeah,
it would be one that I'm like, and we've even covered Rainbow in the Dark on set.
Yep.
We loved it. We even have that on our EP. And so that would probably be one that would hit home for me right now. So.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the EP because I did want to talk a little bit about that. Slaying the Dreamer from Nightwish.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you come about doing that one?
Well, we kind of talked about doing a Nightwish song, and we kind of hashed out several different ones, and that's the one that kind of rose to the top. There were other songs in the discussion, but it kind of everybody landed on Slaying the Dreamer at the time in that current lineup of the band, but that wasn't the lineup that recorded it. So
yeah. Well, a hell of a cover, by the way. That EP is phenomenal.
Thanks.
I enjoyed it. It's nice hearing somebody else's take on a lot of these classic songs. Rainbow in the Dark for me is one of my favorites from Ronnie. And you guys did a hell of a job on it. So
sometimes
the one that
on that live too, or Slaying the Dreamer. Yeah.
The one that I was questioning really took me aback a little bit was Don't You Want Me?
I had been hearing that in a metal version in my head for years.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's do this. And so we kind of sat down and worked the parts out. And I had to channel a soulfulness in my playing as a bass player that I don't normally have. Because there's a little bit of soul in that if you get past all the electronic business and you get down to the root of what's actually written, there's a lot of soul in that. And I'm more of a melodic kind of, I take a very white guy approach, I guess.
Yeah. You guys froze a little bit.
Oh, okay. Are we back?
Yeah.
I think we're back.
Yep,
now.
you're back.
Yeah, so that was cool to actually kind of step out of my comfort zone and do that a little bit. We haven't done that one live. I'd like to do that one live.
Yeah.
And we reversed the sex roles in it too. Did you catch that?
Yep. Yeah, I do think that this is the way the song should have been, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I like this version a lot better than the original, but I'm a metalhead, so. But so we alluded to the AI a little bit earlier in our conversation before. What's your guys' take on AI in the industry?
I don't have any place for it at all.
Yeah.
Even locally, it's kind of funny because our contemporaries here will, if they see someone use an AI flyer, for example, they will just roast it. And I'm like, okay, that's a little bit much, but I understand where you're coming from, and I totally agree with you. But let's cut them a little bit of a break there.
I had a discussion with some fellow people in the metal group, and we talked about flyers, AI. I'm not really for people using AI to create music or using AI to create flyers because there's so many people out there who work so hard to create music. It's pure, right? One person did mention to me that he says, well, I use it as a tool when it's something sophisticated. And I said, okay, well, that makes a little bit more sense. Like using it as a tool, but not substituting for the real thing. Right.
Yeah.
So that makes more sense to me.
The line and spirit of the radio, I think, weighs truer now than it ever has. About all this machinery making all the music.
Yep. And social media has not helped that at all.
No. In fact, I know some people who actually have a fair amount of talent that are now using that to churn out these songs that, they could have written better themselves.
Yeah. There's no heart or soul or passion behind it.
Yeah, exactly. And you can hear that there's a lack of passion when you listen to these songs created by AI. There's something missing.
Yeah.
Human element.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So as far as go ahead.
Even in mixing and mastering, a lot of guys will just suck all the life, all the humanity right out of a performance. They'll make everything so perfect, snap everything perfectly to grid, and everything's right on the click, right on time, right on where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then they'll edit those performances down to where it sounds like a machine did those. That's too much.
Yeah.
The performances, even though they may be somewhat flawed, be the performances.
That's the heart and soul of the music, to be honest with you.
And I like to hear that humanity in there, and I think we're losing that even in our own music that we're performing and writing and recording ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, you go to a live show and you expect to hear flaws, imperfections. You're not going to sound the same live as you are studio. So for me, it's a no-brainer. But
unless you're Cinderella, they all got it just like the tape.
So do you guys, who in the band is the jokester?
We all do. Well, Kirk and I do a lot of that. Katie does too.
Yeah.
Nick does as well.
So does Eric.
Yeah. I think we're all pretty much
jokesters.
Yeah.
Usually,
is there somebody?
Go ahead.
No, sorry, Katie. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, usually when it comes to settling the band down and saying, "Hey guys, let's focus," it's either me or Jamie that has to do it. So while we
kind of lost you a minute again.
We also have to say.
So in other words,
Here we go. There we go. We're back. We're back.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay.
So, who gets the most shit?
Ooh.
Who what?
Gets the most shit?
In the band?
Yeah,
Who do you give the most shit to?
probably Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
probably Eric.
because we love him.
Yeah.
He's lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, do you guys have a message to your fans before we wrap it up?
Well, a couple. Yeah, thanks for listening. First of all, we have actually started kind of grow a little bit more of an audience, more so like in the last year than we had all along. And we're starting to see more people show up to see us play. Please feel free to find us on all the social media platforms. Check it out. You know, when you're driving to work or just out driving in your car or at the house doing something and got some music playing, put us in your rotations.
Yeah.
Let us be part of your day.
Please do.
Oh, yeah.
We love to share our music with you.
All right. Well, guys, it was a pleasure having you on tonight.
Hey, thanks for having us, man. It's been really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. You guys have a great rehearsal tonight, and we'll be in touch.
Great.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And I joined your group. I didn't know it was there, but I'm in there now.
All right. Thank you. All right. Have a good night.
You
You
too.
too.